Well, good afternoon to everybody. Today I am going to start my talk with two very beautiful words. That is not a love or something like that, but two beautiful words, that is failure and struggle. Well, I think many of you think that he is a totally mad, he is talking about a failure is a beautiful word. But really, failure and success are two awesome words. And I will tell you my own life experience. I failed many times in my life. But all these failures and struggle give me so many motivation, inspiration to do something different in the field of science and technology. When I was in class 12, I failed. I failed to qualify the most prestigious examination of India, that is IIT. And after that, I really want to become the aerospace or a space engineer. My dream is lost. Again, I failed. And after that, I opt for any other engineering college. When I was in the second year of my engineering, I proposed one girl. Again, she rejected me, and again I failed. And even today, 24th Feb, and today is her birthday. And after that, last year I gave the GATE examination, not qualified, again failed. So it doesn't mean that I am a totally failure person. But all these failures, struggle, give me something, motivation, inspiration to do something different. And I achieved a lot in my life because I firmly believe that the success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. I am Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering, and I am just 22 years old. I am from a very small town in Haryana, that is Yamunanagar. There is a lack of resources, lack of laboratories, and not proper mentorship, not proper guidance. But still, I am passionate about space science and technology. I am not a space engineer, but passionate about it. But still, there is a hope. I am not a, if I am not a space engineer, then now become a space debris cleaner. I am doing the research work in the field of space debris and space elevator system. And as far as my interest is concerned in the field of space science and technology, I was really inspired by Dr. Kalpana Chawla. She was from our University, Karnal. I met with Dr. Kalpana Chawla's father many times. We discussed about her research work, how she started her career in the field of space science from Punjab Engineering College to NASA. So all these things really motivate me to do something different in the field of space science. So when I was in class 12, I was a bit interested in the topic of human life in space. I was always wondering about the questions whether human life is possible in space or not. Is there any sort of transportation system in space? Is there any sort of communication system in space? Is there any sort of pollution in space like atomic pollution on Earth? So I was always wondered about all these questions. And after that, I cleared my +2 examination and I wanted to become the aerospace, not qualified for IIT. But I got the admission in one university, in a private university, in the aerospace university. And when I came to know about the fee structure, that is near about 35 to 40 lakhs, and I dropped that option and go for another engineering, and I opted for electronics and communication engineering. So when I was in the first year of my engineering in 2008, I again started my research work in the field of space. And one day I sat in the computation laboratory of my college, and I found the topic of space debris very interesting. I started to assess its history and the recent growth. Initially, I was dissuaded by many people, including chairman of my college and even faculty member and even my friends. Though I was 100% concentrated on my research work, and I proposed some new methods to clean up the space junk from space. And at the age of 18 years, I wrote my very first research paper. And even at that time, even don't know how to write the research paper, what is the manuscript of the research paper, what is IEEE standards. But still, I wrote my very first research paper and submitted to ISEC USC in association with the Microsoft and NASA. I was just hoping for the best because that was my very first research paper. And after 4 or 5 months, when I came to know about the result, my very first research paper stood runner-up Jerome Pearson Award in association with the Microsoft and NASA. And that was just the beginning of my just the beginning of my research in the field of space science, and all these awards and achievements really motivate me. And after that, I received a Dr. Kalpana Chawla Scientist Award, Young Innovator Award, Jerome Ware Space Science Pioneer Award. So lots of awards, but I'm not working for all these awards and all these achievements, but I work for the development of society, humanity, and nation, and I propose some new methods to mitigate this space junk. So I would like to discuss about my research work in the field of the space, that is the space debris. Space debris, space junk or space waste is like a pollution in space. So space debris has become a growing concern in recent years since collision with the orbital velocity is highly damaging the functional satellites in space and produce more and more space junk in space. So this space junk is basically the collection of objects in space around Earth that were created by the human being itself, but no longer useful purpose in space. Like this, the space junk is a collection of different satellites, your equipments, boosters in space. All this is a collection of space junk. So there are approximately 15,000 pieces of space junk in space that have having size greater than 10 centimeter, and even millions and billions pieces of space junk in space having size of few inches. So I would like to share one example with you. Like in 2009, when the Russian satellite and American satellite collide with each other, it got to more than 500 pieces and just passed about 60 kilometers above the International Space Station at a speed of 263,000 kilometers per hour. And at that particular time, 5 astronauts were lived in ISS. And I personally believe that the life of a human being is very, very much costly as compared to that of your machines or robots in space. So I propose some new methods, and before that I would like to show one clip to you about space junk. So I am working on this concept, how to mitigate the gain of the space junk. So this is a huge problem. Like on 15th of February 2013, I think many of you heard about near about more than 1,500 people injured in the Russia after a meteor strikes across the sky and blasted at power of some atomic bomb in Russia Ural Mountains. So in near future, the debris is increasing day by day. So I think in near future, instead of this rain, you will get this space debris on Earth. So it's now our duty to do something different in the field of this, and we propose some new methods, and that may include the use of nanotube match technique using laser and the nanobot. In this technique, we are going to use the concept of nanotube because I believe that the nanotechnology is one of the most powerful technology in 21st century. So we're going to use the nanotechnology. We're going to use make a mesh with the help of a carbon nanotube. So whenever any tiny particle of space junk dashed on that particular piece of mesh, CNT mesh, so immediately the mesh is activated and send the message to the laser and the nanobot, and that particular piece of nanobot collects the junk and put it into the junkyard. And after that, again, I started research work on this space junk. Why not we use this space junk for some useful purpose? That is not the idea. If we will recycle this space junk, and then definitely we will use it for some space structure, or we will use this space junk in our future missions. And the last point I propose is the energy production from space junk. And we know the most of the space junk in space is having a metallic property, and by using the fuel cell concept, we will going to use this space junk for energy production and give the power to some international space station or electronic equipment in space. And after this, I got the idea of a space elevator system. And before that, tell me, how many of you really want to go into space? Don't worry, we'll definitely come back on Earth. So it's a totally free and a safe ride. So fasten your seatbelts and we'll take you all in the space for the next couple of minutes. So space elevator is basically the most promising space transportation system of growing world today, combining with scalability, low cost, the same as that of the train riding into space. So space elevator is a transportation system from Earth into deep space that is in a geostationary Earth orbit that is near about 36,000 kilometers above Earth's surface. So in a nutshell, like this, if we going to make this space elevator concept, then definitely we will remove the problem like the problem with the rocket system these days, like the pollution by rockets. So we will, perform more and more experiments in space with the help of this space elevator concept in the zero gravity, and after that the colonization on Mars and Moon is also possible with the help of this space elevator concept. And after that, the dream to go into space, like the space tourism, is also possible with the help of the space elevator concept. So there are some engineering problems that we are, work out on this, how to sort out those problems. So no doubt the space elevator will create a sort of revolution in the field of space industry in near future. I would like to show you a small clip of the space elevator system.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please fasten and check your seatbelts. We'll reach Lunar 5 at 17:30 Earth time. We'd like to thank you for choosing STS Transportation.
On this concept, and currently I'm also working with the Google Lunar X Prize team. That is a team. It is the only team from India's country for $30 million prize. We are going to make some lunar rover and send on the moon. And apart from that, I wrote many research papers on the space traveling, space elevator concept, and about my research paper got selected in more than 25 international and national conferences by NASA, ISRO, IEEE, Microsoft, and apart from that. And right now, I'm working on one project that is a very big dream of mine. This is not only my dream, it's a dream of everyone. It's a dream of every youngster who fail in their life like this, who face the problem like the problem I face in my life. This is a dream for every youngster who has not having any proper guidance and mentorship. So we are just going to make a sort of first ever startup in India in the field of space science and technology, and that is Art Incorporate, that is Analytic Research and Technology Incorporate. And these days we are just working on this project of like how to set up this first space startup in India, the private space sector in India. So at last, no doubt, my life is filled with lots of ups and downs, but I never think of them as the obstacles in the way to my success. But I think them as the speed breaker in the way to my success. I jump apart from them very carefully and smartly, because I believe that the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination, and imagination has no limit and doesn't need any qualification. Thank you very much.